tour of all tours is essentially a guided tour of guided tours. That's to say, it's a way of reimagining the guided tour through the frame of performance. And the way it's made is by taking as many tours as possible in a local area, and then giving a critical tour about these different tours. So it really is a tour about tourism. And sometimes the tours which I talk about are not only the local ones, I include tours from elsewhere, which I then change the names and make them sound as if they are tours you could take there. So in this way, it's a tour of the tourist imagination. The types of tours I talk about are very diverse, so as well as heritage and bus tours, it really includes any way in which we are directed through space. Outdoor sports races, audio guides, urban exploration, art projects, expeditions, pub crawls, you name it, they're all there in the tour of all tours. So these tours are ambiguous, and they reflect contrasting points of view, the contrasting ways in which the city is used and described. The tours are very international in outlook, but they're always very rooted in the local experience. You could say that the tours are quite incomplete, and my role as the guide is I should be unreliable, but at the same time, entertaining. A way-losing tour is basically an attempt to get everybody, and myself the guide included, lost. It explores what the feeling is to become lost and how a city reveals itself in this condition. I want to do this because, in a way, some people have a special talent for getting lost. They get lost easily. But most of us quite rarely find ourselves lost. And yet, I think it's actually a rather interesting condition, one which I view positively. So this tour tries to deliberately make us lost within this safe framework, because I believe everything becomes detached from its familiar matrix and we see things differently when we're lost. And we do this by collectively discussing, deciding which directions to go, what the meaning of the places are, and we construct a narrative out of this. So it's a way of using the city as a way to tell a story collectively. The starting point is something we all agree upon, and we also agree to finish at a fixed time. But what happens and where we go in between then is determined by how well we succeed in getting lost. The shadow walk is a dawn to dusk walk in which follow the direction of your own shadow. So use the sun as a way to navigate the human environment. And this produces a walk which traces an arc as the sun moves through the sky. And so doing this, the city reveals its urban textures in an unusual way, because they exert their own logic upon where and how you can make your way around. And also, the rhythm of the city exerts its own logic as it wakes up, as it gets into work, and then as it slows down. And so you have these different rhythms working across one another during the course of this walk. And of course the biggest one, which you get tired because it's a day-long walk. Very special experience.